Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Crown and today we are going to have some more stories that I hope that you will enjoy. But before we start, it will be so much appreciated if you would subscribe to the channel, like the video if you enjoyed it, and maybe leave a comment down below. These simple clicks would mean a lot to the future of this channel and really reward the effort that I put in every day. And now, without further ado, let's go! Around 15 years ago, I went to our county fair. Usually, I just eat all the junk food. However, I saw a game that used a cork gun where you shoot little wooden targets off of a rail and win whatever prize is strapped to the target. I was pretty excited to try it because my grandpa taught me how to hold and shoot a BB gun, and anytime we visited, I would just shoot his BB gun all day because they didn't have a TV or games or anything. So that was the only fun thing to kill time. In the game, you get unlimited shots for $2 until you knock down a target. I paid for one game, shot down a plastic kazoo, and as I was about to turn to leave, I noticed a target with a $50 bill on it. I asked the worker if that was a real bill, and he said it was. During my first game, I noticed the sight on the gun was off by one target to the right, so if I aimed for a target, it would shoot the one just to the right of it. During my second go at it, I just aimed at the target to the left and hit the $50 bill squarely in the center. Clearly the target was weighted because it rocked back a tiny bit but didn't drop. So I kept reloading and aiming just to the left of the bill. It was a fairly good shot and didn't miss a shot the whole time I was playing the game. After a few shots, I noticed it was slowly inching back and I was starting to get excited. Another 15 to 20 shots later, the carnival worker who was putting another target bank that someone else shot down, reached up and moved my target bank to the front of the rail. I am non-confrontational by nature, but I was so angry because it took a while to get it close to dropping. So I just kept shooting at it, knowing it was a virtual guarantee that it would drop eventually. After another round of 15 to 20 shots, I hit it, and it teetered back quite a bit, but it came back forward and didn't fall. As I was reloading, the worker's speed walked over and again moved it back to the front and smirked at me when he was walking back to the side. To say I was so mad would be a gross understatement. I stood there for a very brief second staring at him, wondering if I should say something, keep shooting, shoot him, or just give up. Normally I would just walk away from whatever is making me angry or upset, but I must have had some pent-up anger at the time because I grabbed the cork gun by the butt, swung it at the table, and broke the barrel off. I took what was left of the gun and threw it at the targets and knocked a bunch of them off the rail and just walked away. I could hear the guy yelling stuff like "get out of there, he's gonna call the cops, sue me, blah blah blah," but I just kept walking. I truly hope that gun was worth more than $50. What a weirdo. So this story starts as I'm walking to the grocery store because I only live a couple blocks from it. I have my AirPods in and my Apple Watch on as I like to track my steps. That's when crap hits the fan. I got a text from my girlfriend, so I checked my watch.
Are you recording me?
What? No, I just got a text. She would not believe this.
You're pointing your watch at me. I know those have cameras on them. Stop it.
They don't have a camera on them. Want to see? I politely move my arm forward so she can see that there is no camera. And this crazy old hack tries to rip it off my arm. What is your problem?
You have to delete the videos of me off of there.
As I told you, there is no camera on it. Good day, ma'am. I start to walk away and this is when I thought it would be over, but boy was I wrong. She tries running after me and tries to jump on my back to stop me. Luckily, there was a nice man walking by who happened to notice the commotion, and he pulls her off of me.
Somebody help! Get this man off of me!
He then says something that I still laugh about to this day. This man happens to be a police officer, ma'am. You are under arrest for assault. In a few minutes, there were 2 more police officers there to arrest her. I still laugh about it sometimes to this day. This revenge was not mine, but I was lucky enough to see it happen. I headed to a local chain auto parts store last night looking for a particular component for my wife's temperamental car. As my young daughter and I headed inside, there was some douchebag guy hanging out in front of the shop, standing next to a heavily modified car, obnoxiously large spoiler, tons of stickers, and enough paste pouring from it to damage nearby concrete. He was yelling over the music, lecturing some poor employee about the magic under his open hood. The employee looked desperate to get away. I went inside and browsed for a few minutes. Okay. Honestly, I stared blankly at the components and tried to comprehend what I needed. Then this douchebag entered. I could tell the exact moment he came in, as there was a flood of bass, and his loud voice, which didn't lower in volume as the door closed behind him. His speech was eloquent, with sway words being probably every second or third word. A real peach. The unfortunate employee had followed this douchebag inside, and now he was making demands about his car needs.
And bro, I need that dingle hopper like freaking yesterday. You know what I mean?
I rolled my eyes and hoped that my daughter was learning a life lesson here. Abruptly, there came a shout from this douchebag, even louder than he had been.
Dude, what the heck, bro?
I reflexively poked my head out of the aisle, trying to see what was up. Another customer apparently had the audacity to be up at the counter at the same time as this douchebag, and now this douchebag was squaring off with him.
What the heck is your problem, bro?
I'm sorry, I was just trying to…
Do you want to go?
At this point, I have to note that I'm uncertain what this other customer did that sparked that reaction. There was some little product on the floor between the two men. A little flashlight on a carabiner, I think. So I think that this other customer may have accidentally dropped it or knocked it off a rack. Whatever happened, the douchebag was completely in this customer's face. Arms extended, then chest puffed out. The other customer was shrinking away and trying to avoid being beat into a pulp. As he tried to apologize, he began to stutter. This just fueled the douchebag.
Haha, you little jerk. Look at you. You're gonna cry now, bro? Ha ha ha.
The other customer backed off, hands up to ward off any potential attack. As soon as he was clear, he poked his butt out of the store. The douchebag turned back to the employee who was standing behind the counter, looking shell-shocked.
You believe that, bro? Freaking jerk thinking he can step.
At this point, I'm contemplating my options. I'm the kind of man that can't just keep my mouth shut. Maybe I should have something in reach in case he threatens me. Those tire irons could be handy. Ah, crap. Can't endanger my daughter. Maybe I should demand to be thrown out, or I take my business elsewhere. A millisecond later, a manager appeared next to the employee, on the other side of the counter, keeping me from doing something stupid. I shall call him manager with 20-pound press pulls. He says, "Hey, so that was a 95, right?"
Freaking A, bro. You got it?
We don't, but a warehouse in the next town over does. I already went ahead and ordered it.
Great. When can I pick it up?
Not so fast. I didn't order it for you. I went ahead and ordered it for the store. And after that uncalled for behavior, you're not allowed to shop here anymore.
What the heck?
See, that's the behavior that we're talking about here. By the way, while I was on the computer, I saw that there were 3 more dingle hoppers within a 6-hour radius, and I bought them all. Looks like you're out of luck.
I can't believe you do.
Further, I'm going to ask once to cut out that language in front of that lady. It gestures towards my daughter.
Huh?
Now get out, and don't ever come back here. The douchebag stared for a long moment, and then stomped out of the door. He peeled out of the parking lot with a screech. The manager was still at the register, and when I went to check out, I said, "Wow, some people, right?" He answers, "Story of my life, unfortunately." So I have to ask, did you really buy all of these parts he needs? Nah, I did a search and there are none available. Odd part. Not many made. Just can't get them. But now he thinks he screwed himself out of them. And I get to feel like I stuck up for that poor guy. In the 90s, I was a technical operator for a radio station. Long story short, I made production elements for them and adverts on top of my other duties. No management came in and decided to only pay me for the take-up shifts I had done and nothing for the production. First month he was there, I had invoiced for a little over £3,000 and received a £960 check. I ran over the nights. So when midnight came, I moved all of my production into a hidden folder in System 32, shut down the servers, threw the breakers and left. I got a phone call in the morning and was asked to come in for a meeting as I'd left them up the creek. I'd made pretty much 70 to 80% of all the adverts and production. Stingers, idents, montages. The new boss was a jerk. He told me I'd damaged the product, which I just laughed at as before he came in. It was a great 80s station and he turned it into a top 40 station you could find up and down the dial. We will call him Jay. I'd also found out that the sales staff were charging customers £200 for advert production. They were on 10% commission and I was getting £40 for each advert, and they pocketed the rest on top of their commission. Bear in mind the rest of the outsourced ads cost £150 to £200. In the meeting, I laid out my demands. I tell them I can restore everything, but I don't only want the money you owe me from the past months. I want the money from the previous adverts your sales staff has pocketed from my work. They essentially made £160 extra from each advert on top of their commission, around £300 to £400 a pop. Jay tells me there is no way we can do that. Well, then there is no way I can restore the adverts. Jay, looking at pieces of paper on his desk, then tells me, we can give you an extra £200 a month. I tell him I want the whole amount, and handed him an invoice that totaled a little over £16,000. Jay's color now drained from his face. I tell him, Jay, and I pause a little for dramatic effects, you honor that invoice, or you will have to recreate or outsource all of the production. Okay, let me see what I can do. I'll sort something out for your next invoice date. Jay, if I don't walk out of here with the money today, you don't get them back. As soon as you restore them, I will see what I can do. Jay, I will have no guarantees and I'm not stupid. A bank transfer today and we can sort that out right here and now. Jay then phones the head office and within the hour I had every penny of it in my bank account. His face was a picture when he followed me to the server to watch me just move the files over from one folder to the other. Yes, they were under your nose. Jay says through gritted teeth, you best get home and get some sleep. No, good luck tonight. Within 5 hours I was in Spain, where I stayed for 4 weeks. When I got back I did hear through the grapevine that the sales team were out for blood. Jay bollocked and blamed them for me being ripped off, and they all lost their commission for 3 months and just got basic pay to make up for the loss. I'm pretty sure the company made more than enough back from that to pay for my hostage negotiation. I used some of what was left to buy a laptop and started DJing around town for a few years. Back then it was a rare sight and used to get nerdy types on a night out just hanging around the booth to see what I was doing with a computer in a pub. My friend used to say I looked like I was doing my homework. And now we have reached the end of today's stories. Thank you for watching and see you next time.